how do you get that confidence to speak to foreigners or
like books?
Neither, actually. So you're still in Turkey. Did you experience the earthquake? Hello, everyone. It's good to get different perspectives on how people learn and what their journey was. Today, we have a very special guest who is bold and beautiful. She's a model, YouTuber, and an ESL teacher, and her name is Lulu. Hi, Lulu.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all.
Yeah, so today is actually my first time doing an interview like this. So, Lulu, where are you right now?
Currently, I'm living in Antalya, Turkey. Yeah, it's a city in the southern Turkey. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So why are you there?
Teaching? Because last year I quit my job from Shanghai, and currently I'm a digital nomad as an English teacher. And then I'm staying in Turkey because the living cost is low. So I can maintain my life by teaching online and also travel abroad sometimes.
I see. Okay. Well, so just for you guys to know this, Lulu and I actually never met in person. It was actually my husband who discovered your IG.
Wow.
So I'm not sure if he was looking at model IGs, like checking out girls, or if he was looking at English stuff. So I'm hoping it's just because he was looking at English stuff, not because he was checking out girls online. Yeah, so I saw your IG and I thought, your pictures are very vibrant, very interesting. So Lulu, you're originally from Taiwan, right?
Yes.
So I'm guessing English is actually not your first language.
Yeah, my mother tongue is Chinese.
Your mother tongue is actually Chinese. So how did you learn English?
So, before entering middle school, my parents used to send me to bilingual schools. And in that school, I have a lot of teachers there from North America and a lot of Taiwanese teachers. They also have the experience studying abroad. So, yeah, during those years, I think that was how I mastered English. Yeah.
So how old were you actually, like the first time when you like got to learn English?
I think 3 or 4. Yeah.
3 or 4. Okay, so you started at a pretty young age actually. But how did you improve your English like as you got older?
Oh, so when I entered high school, I chose to study vocational high school. That is different from normal high school in Taiwan. So if you study in vocational high school, you will need to have a major, and my major was applied English. And in that high school, we have several international students. They're doing the exchange student program there. Even though I was majoring in applied English, but most of my classmates, they didn't speak fluent English, so I got the advantage of speaking fluent English, and that was why I made a lot of foreign friends back to the days, and that was also the reason why I improved my English rapidly.
You got your practice by making friends with like
Yeah.
foreigners.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you actually got the real life practice. Okay, well that's interesting. Yeah, because we're really interested in knowing like how you learn English and how you improve English on your own. But what do you think was the hardest thing about learning English? Like, did you have any difficulties, or like was there a time that you wanted to just like give up?
I think grammar and writing, these two parts are the hardest for me. I still remember when I was in university, because I used to major in foreign language instruction department, which is English teaching. So in the last year, we have the demo classes, and in that teaching demo classes, people have to teach real students there. And for the rest of the students who were not teaching the students, they have to sit in the back and then writing the reflection. Yeah, and then I still remember my teacher told me that, Lulu, you did a great job on your teaching demo, but your writing part is really terrible, and you really have to find some time to improve your writing skills. Yeah.
So how did you improve your writing skills? Was it through like reading or?
Yeah, reading sometimes, but actually, I don't really like to read like books,
Neither, actually.
and I actually prefer reading the information that I really need to know online. And also, after graduating, I got few chances to like really write essays or emails in English. And also, now on in the internet, it has a website called Grammarly. So sometimes when I want to see if my writing part have errors, I just copy and paste, and then I'll know.
Yeah, actually, I think even for native speakers, sometimes their grammar isn't perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like I'm not a big fan of reading as well. Like I wouldn't actually read a book, but I would read articles online, like news articles. So that's how I improve my writing. So basically, like when you were in uni, you already decided to become an ESL teacher, right?
Yeah.
What made you want to become an ESL teacher?
Because first of all, I think I'm a very outgoing person. I like to sing and dance a lot, and I have this cheerful personality trait. And also, I think my English ability is above the average of most of the Taiwanese people. So combine these traits together, I think I got the potential of being an English teacher in the future.
Yeah, I think
So,
your English is like definitely perfect. It's like native already.
oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, and well, from what I heard, actually in Taiwan, I think people there actually don't learn English at a very young age, right? Is that correct?
It depends. It depends on the education that you receive. Like, for example, for me, my parents always sent me to private school. So I started learning English when I was 3 or 4. But for a lot of people, maybe they chose to study in public school. So I think a lot of them started learning English when they were in the third grade or first grade. And also, some of the parents, they will send their kids to cram school earlier when they're studying in elementary school. So I think everyone's path uh, was very different.
I guess you kind of had like more of a private education, right? So that's
Yeah.
how you had better English. I see. All right, well, that's interesting. So I'm just looking at your IG right now. It looks like your pictures are just very like vibrant. I love your clothes. Where do you get your clothes actually?
Usually I buy clothes online when I used to live in Taiwan and Shanghai. But after quitting my job and started traveling around European countries, I found that H&M is super amazing because when I was in Taiwan, H&M H&M it doesn't really have my size, but after coming here, I found that oh, it's definitely a paradise for me. I can buy whatever I want because it always have my size.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize actually. Because like your clothes are very like colorful. Like I wish I can wear something like that, but actually actually I tend to wear like extra small, so a lot of times they don't have my size. So yeah, so that's a difficulty for me. So I tend to wear a lot of like black and gray. And my husband always complains I'm like such a boring person. So
Maybe
yeah,
you can add some accessories like earrings or necklaces. It
yeah,
also
definitely.
help your outfit become like more amazing.
Yeah. So I mean, just looking at your pictures, like I see you do all these like, really bold like
Oh yeah.
poses. and then it just makes it just they all just make your pictures look very nice compared to mine. If you look at my IG, it's just like kind of boring, right? So where do you get all that confidence from? Like from like just posting in the middle of the street, or even like from an English speaking perspective, like how do you get that confidence to speak to foreigners or like just like pose on the street like that?
That's a very interesting question. So, from my perspective, I think like if I don't feel awkward, then it will be the rest of people's turn to be awkward.
Mm.
Yeah. So, about those confidence, I think it was from the education that I received before middle school. As I mentioned, I used to study in bilingual school, so the whole vibe on the campus was um, more Western like, I guess. So the teachers there always encourage us to do the thing that we like. Yeah. So my teachers, they knew that I like to perform on the stage a lot. So they always encouraged me to do the things that I like to do.
Oh, I see. I guess like growing up, I was more of a reserved kid because I'm probably one of those like really obedient kid in school. And then I just went to a local school in Hong Kong, so I didn't have a lot of English practice. Probably just more with like speaking with my helper at home because she was from the Philippines. And then when I moved to the US for school, I just kind of had to like jump into the water and just try it out. From in my case, I was forced to speak English. So it's not so it's I think it's a little different from yours where you kind of had all these opportunities growing up versus I was just kind of thrown into the water and just see, oh, like, there you go. All right. So out of the many places, I know you mentioned the cost of living in Turkey is much lower, but why did you choose Turkey but not like somewhere else in the world?
Oh, because like 3 years ago, I was actually on the exchange program and I was being an exchange student there for a semester. But it was in 2020, so yeah, after 1 or 2 months, COVID just happened around the world, and I was forced to be back to Taiwan again. And really feel that that was my biggest regret. And during the time, I promised myself that in the future, if I got some money and some time, I definitely need to go back to Turkey again and have a brand new life there.
So
So
you
this
actually
is
want to
why I'm
stay there
here.
like long term.
Not really long term, but yeah, if you think several months, that's a long term than it is. Just for several months, like 6 months, half a
Yeah,
year. Yeah.
I see. Were you ever scared like when you were by yourself? Like,
Mm, Scare? Actually, not at all, because I always do lots of researches online before entering a brand new country. And I always know that, yeah, as long as I take good care of myself, I won't be threatened. And yeah, and I do have enough ability to protect myself from robbery or sexual harassment. Mm,
oh
yeah.
wow, that's very brave of you. I don't think that's like something that I would do. Like maybe I'll probably go to like the UK by myself, but maybe not like Turkey or I don't know, some other countries. You're still in Turkey. Did you experience the earthquake?
No, fortunately, no,
Okay.
because the earthquake this time it was happen in like southeast part of Turkey,
Mm.
but I live in the west like southwest. Yes, so I didn't feel anything when the earthquake happened.
Oh, I see. So that's good. I mean, it's horrible what happened there. So let me ask you more questions about English learning. So when you were still in school, I know you kind of grew up with like lots of English speaking opportunities, but like the first time when you had to speak to a foreigner or like a native speaker, were you actually kind of scared? Like, did you have to pre-plan the whole conversation in your head before you spoke to them?
When I was 3 or 4, I didn't feel the fear actually, and I still remember the first time when I really talked to a foreigner. It was my mom's friend's husband, because my mom's friend, she married to a British guy, I think. And then when I was 3, I was trying so hard to communicate with that person, but I couldn't speak a word. So I think that was really such a pity, and maybe that was the reason why I started feeling interested in speaking and learning English.
Oh, so it actually didn't scare you, that whole experience?
Yeah, because I was only 3.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think the earlier the better if you want to like learn English. But I guess like I mean for a lot of people they don't have that kind of opportunity. Like for me, I didn't move to US until I was 13. So for me, I remember the first time when I was in school, I had to speak to my teacher. I had to ask him something, and I would try to pre-plan the whole conversation in my head. Like I probably had like this whole map. It's like if he says A, then I would say B, kind of like that. Like in my head. I always had to pre-plan the whole conversation in my head before I would actually go up to that person and try to ask him or her a question. So yeah, it's good that you had that experience like so early on in your life. So what tips do you have for people who want to improve their English?
I think it's not just about learning English, it's about learning any other language. For example, for me, I'm living in Turkey now, and Turkish people, they don't speak English fluently. So in order to survive here, I have to learn some basic Turkish. So I think there are 3 important things when you're learning a language, which are the environment and your motivation and the people that you're going to communicate with. For me, I always need to do groceries and buy all of the stuff by myself. So every time when I go to the supermarket, if for example, if I want to buy bread or honey by myself, but I have no idea where can I find those products, I have to Google it and then see the translation first, and then I would ask the clerk like where are those things in the stores. Yeah, so this is how I practice a new language.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the best way to learn it. It's like through actual stuff that you need to take care of, like in your daily life, right? Rather than just trying to read a book, and then you actually don't get any like opportunity to practice it. Well, yeah, that's interesting. I
Yeah,
think
that's
what
my
you're
current
doing
plan.
now, I kind of wish I had done that like maybe 10 years ago when I first graduated from uni. But now I feel like I'm kind of old, so it's too late for me to do that. I wish I explored more when I was younger, basically. But now I'm in Hong Kong, so and then we have a baby too, so I'm kind of stuck
Oh,
here.
yeah, I saw that you just have a newborn baby.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. He's 1.5 months right now. So enjoy your stay in Turkey, and good luck to you. And thanks for your time today.
Yeah, I also want to thank you so much because I've always wanted to be interviewed in the future. I know I'm gonna be kind of famous one day, but I don't know which day exactly is. And then this
Well, you
just
never know,
happened.
right?
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, you never know. Big thank you to Lulu for sharing and being so honest and open about the experiences that you've had. So follow Lulu on WhatsApp Lulu. And thanks for watching today's video, and we'll see you all in our next video. Bye!
Bye.